Okay, so Simon Ruda, why are you here and who are you? What's your background? What's your context of being at the SCBP conference?
So this is the 13th or 14th SCBP conference I've been, and I've been to every one since 2010, I think, in Edinburgh. Maybe that was 2011. So I am a big supporter of evidence-based policing, and I'm also chairman of the board of trustees of the Society of Evidence-Based Policing. What do? I work in applying behavioural science to public policy and private sector challenges. I was a co-founder of the Behavioural Insights team, and I headed up the Home Affairs International Development department there, and we grew a policing function, did a lot of experiments with police forces across the country. And I worked very closely with Alex Murray, who, as you know, is a very influential and keen advocate of evidence-based policing, and has done a great job of forwarding the approach and the movement across the country and actually internationally.
And what kind of work are you looking at doing at the moment? What kind of work are you doing, or what are you getting from the conference?
So right now we're working on a few different things. We work with a couple of national governments and a couple of large private sector companies, and also a police force. So what we're doing with the police force is addressing culture change. So with this particular force, they have an issue with morale, and that morale is particularly low, and there are a number of reasons that make that issue legitimate, but it's become sort of baked in, and it's become a sort of cultural norm, so that when people join, they're institutionalized in this sort of low morale way. And what we find, or, you know, how should I say, I think, you know, for culture change to happen authentically, it needs to happen from within an organization, and that requires a number of different things to align. Chief among them is probably leadership and top-down pressure, but that pressure can only sustain for a period of time, because events happen, distractions happen, resources are relatively thin. So in those circumstances, organizations, institutions have muscle memory, and they can sort of revert to type. So how can we sort of unpick some of those cultural norms and adapt the institutional flesh to sort of be less resistant to new directions of culture, and we're working on that. So the particular project is to attempt to create a network analysis, not using, you know, there's software and things that look at creating network analysis models within organizations based on communications and email traffic or chats and stuff like that, and that's kind of plausible, but, you know, it probably replicates existing working patterns, and I think it's possible to get another type of network analysis to, you know, who influences you in your role, who do you look to sort of role model, you know, how to behave in certain scenarios. So we've created a network analysis using a survey, so one question survey, and we've managed to map out key social reference within the organization, and we're about to engage with them in intensive groups of sort of 5 or 6 people. And how I imagine, we're in the middle of this, so it hasn't happened yet, but how I imagine that will pan out is that, you know, the first couple of sessions we'll see a lot of airing of complaints, and as I say, many of which are legitimate, which may be sort of driving this morale problem. But where we want to get to is the space of what can we do about it, what can we do about it in the long term, short term, etc., and get these social reference, these influencer types within the organization to commit to certain behaviors that will improve the situation both for themselves and their colleagues. And I think there's a sort of brokering aspect that happens with that as well. So, you know, at its simplest, this is a communications intervention. So we're trying to align some of these influences with, I guess, where leadership are trying to get to, and trying to enable of course, influencers to understand what the limitations and circumstances are on leaders, and the reverse. And it's been surprising so far the extent to which the disconnect exists. So that's what we're doing. And I'm at the conference to absorb new research and to meet with friends and colleagues, and to sort of, discuss new ideas and socialize this one.
Well, thank you very much, and I hope you
Pleasure.
carry on enjoying it today and tomorrow, still the morning we've got, and I'll be seeing you around.
See you.